gentlemen, hello and welcome to the beautiful map of It's not Numbani, it's Shambali, my bad. Old habits die hard, I suppose. That said, we're going to be going up Team Blue versus Team Red. For Team Blue, we got you Chuckat Purple, Bob D1 Store, Shameless, and Mr. Jose PT, also known as Mr. Joseph. That said, he will be facing off against Team Red, led by Homie Lovers sporting Tiagolini through Stalker PL and Upsity. Now, thing here is that Tiagolini is a Genji player, and so is Through. So that is, going to be a little bit of an issue. Not entirely sure which one of them is going to be looking to face off against one another. Wilbur is actually going to be sorely missed. That said, our rest of the team grouping up. Let's check what exactly they're going to run here. So out of the defenders, no life we were getting played just yet. It's going to be Shameless on the Ana with Jokat on the Mercy, Purple on the Sigma, Bob on the Hanzo, and Joseph on the Symmetra, actually, interestingly enough. A little bit of a hit scan face-off though. Through going to be on the Cassidy with Tiagolini on the Widowmaker, so got a lot of potential to get some scopes. A little bit of space being created by Homie Lover, trying to challenge Purple on that high ground. Does tank the rock here. Now a couple of pot shots coming through as well by Tiagolini. Going to be trying to find a pickup just yet. Not going to be able to do so. However, as eventually Purple is going to be able to force out Upsity, takes him down. Tiagolini now going to fall to Shameless with Bob, find the pickup on the throw-in at this point. So that's pretty much going to have to be a retreat for the red team here. Homie Lover going to be the last man standing. He tries to stay alive, but unlikely the spawns are going to be coming in order to save him, and thus he too will fall. Very clean sweep coming through on the back of the lads in blue. So far, so good. They have abandoned their high ground hold, though, and the swap has come through by Tiagolini now onto the Genji as well. We'll be looking for that. A little bit of an off angle here to try and chase down, shut down. Will not be able to find Joseph just yet, though. Does manage to end up facing off against Bob. Now looking to pick him up. Homie Lover gonna be able to help with that. Does find the initial pick here while the front lines are still collapsing. Very nice flank out of Homie Lover here, securing the high ground at least to some extent. Does drop a couple of abilities here, though. Joseph now in hot waters, does not realize he's not being healed. Does get taken down. Jokat falls. So do Purple and Shameless, and just as swiftly the red team coming through here with a very strong team fight victory. Quite frankly, very well played there. Very nice positioning out of Homie Lover, as well as the card is now simply going to progress for some additional leeway. Upsity actually going to be left on that point as the Baptistas. Tiagolini is already going to be taken. A little bit of additional progress. Nice flank out of Bob, though, trying to bring it back here with the Storm Arrow. Not going to be able to find anything. Homie Lover moving up to intercept, actually trying to engage him as Tiagolini is going to go for the dive already. Sue's going to get popped up, but Homie Lover just going to punch down Jokat here with the second punch is being pulled. Flux coming through. Will be able to find Stalker PL, though. 2-3 kills now coming through for the blue team as well, as actually Tiagolini and Homie Lover are going to be coming in from that flank. Homie Lover now having an anti does have to be a little bit more careful. He does not have the support advantage. Instead, might have to disengage. Joseph probably going to be able to wear him down. Interesting decision to utilize this ultimate ability here. Blade, though, going to come through out of Tiagolini as well. Does try to go for the pickup. Will eventually be able to find it. That finds one, finds two. Make that three, actually, with the third pick coming through onto Bob as well. And against all of Tiagolini as well as Homie Lover have secured this point if any of them were so kind as to push. So very keenly done there. Actually, quite the nice performance out of Homie Lover. Quite surprised that he did decide to go for the his ultimate there. A little bit of a dangerous choice to do, but still did manage to, well, at least steal away some attention that enabled Tiagolini to go for a little bit of a cheeky flanking maneuver, a cheeky blade there, and consequently find his triple pickups to help ensure that team fight victory. Tiagolini, though, once more on a bit of a bender, trying to find some pickups while Purple is still holding the front line. All the way in the back, though. Tiagolini now going to get worn down as Purple is pretty much split from the rest of the team. We'll have to play a little bit more defensive here in order to be kept alive. Does provide a little bit of additional pressure onto Homie Lover here, who doesn't seem all too impressed just yet. Backline, though, getting harassed as well, will not be taken down. Very nice anti, though, with the Amp Matrix now getting popped up as well. Sticky trying to come through, does find through. Will be able to shut him down. Resurrection going to be able to come in, barely keeping Stalker PL alive here. Will eventually be caught out by Joseph. Massive flux coming in onto 3. Look at that. Slams it down. Upsity taking care of. And just like that, blue team rolling through with a team fight window. Quite frankly, it was a rather expensive one. They did commit they did commit the Photon bomb. I'm not entirely sure that is the actual official designation of the Sticky for Tracer. That said, they did also commit the Kitsuna Rush as well as the Flux, so Gravitic Flux there getting utilized as well. Did actually come through with the initial pick, but still 3 ultimates in order to win a fight. Quite expensive, especially now with a series of ultimates becoming available to the red team through here. Probably gonna, not gonna eat that rock just yet. Purple though in Hot Waters will be kept alive by Jokad. Questions for how much longer? Tiagolini diving in deep, does have to disengage, but the Ravenous Vortex coming up now will simply be running right through, finding pick after pick. Absolutely massive. Homie Lover with a triple kill here, still on the chase, trying to find and take down Shameless or Jokad. Jokad still does have that escape button. Unfortunately, will mean Shameless is going to be left behind and gunned down by Tiagolini. Which now means that they can get some additional card push in if Obsidy does decide to actually push. Purple still trying to push in here, get a little bit of additional spacing, not quite able to find it just yet as Joseph does get taken down once more. Tiagolini though tanks the rock, will be shut down. Despite this though, third point, or rather second point has been completed, third point has been unlocked. Massive anti-deploy down to Shameless here. Shameless really putting in the work through though, barely being kept alive. Tiagolini, a little bit of self-criticism there in the chat as well. Not all too happy about how that works. Sticky coming through onto Purple once more. Will be able to take down the Immortality Field. Joseph, though, taken down in retaliation by through. As well as Homie Lover, a little bit of mispositioning there on the back of the Kiriko Blade. Now going to come through as well. Will be popped up, going right for the Cassidy. Ooh, does deflect behind him and will be taken down. Beautifully done out Tiagolini. A little bit of an early shot there, having come through by Bob. And again, he will be shot through by through himself, so didn't have much time to act there. Tiagolini still trying to find that additional value on the back of his aggressive positioning. We'll be able to find Jokad as well as Shameless. Support's already taken down, and now the ultimates are just flowing through in order to make a point. Throw the bookshelf at him. Why don't you? And rolling through with them. 3 ultimates active. Red team is going to be able to complete the map here with a quite considerable 2-minute and 10-second time bank, which is quite frankly plenty in order to complete a map with. However, since this is a payload map and not a hybrid map, nothing is lost just yet. Blue team still retaining the potential to complete this map, and very much so put themselves back on the board. Though complete this map is something they will have to achieve if they do want to have a chance at winning here, which obviously, you know, I do want to do that. Then again, we have seen quite good performances out of Red Team overall, but I can't imagine that playing for the Blade or for the, I did call it the Ravenous Vortex, though I'm not entirely sure that is its designation. The funny ultimate for, the funny ultimate for Good Sir Ramatra. That one is not really something you can use all that well defensively. I mean, you can in overtime, but outside of that, it's not really, you know, not really something that will give you a whole lot of leeway if the attackers can simply disengage and you have 3 seconds run dry. But we are going to see if that will hold up. Tiagolini trying to put a spray up where Homie Lover is simply going to spray over it so far. No mercy from the tank players here. Never has been. Interesting enough through though coming in with the main pick as well. Stalker PL still going to be sticking to that mercy, probably going to be trying to prop up Tiagolini a little bit here. Not really too many other targets to be boosted. Now Tiagolini though going to be on his own on the off angle as well. Does have to dash away, no cooldowns available. We'll have to make it out here. Does manage to get out in one piece. However, still a little bit of card push just coming through for free so far. Interestingly enough, though, Bob also on that Genji pick, trying to contest the flanks here. Not going to be able to find all too much this soon. And Joseph, he does have that railgun. Question is he going to be able to find something? Again, Tiagolini now getting propped up by Stalker PL. Will try to put some aggression throughout. Joseph is going to be able to find it through, coming in here with another kill, making it double actually, taking out the DPS line. Tiagolini taken down in retaliation. So will be Upsity. Not looking too hard for Red Team on the engage here, but also not quite too bad. Purple just being ignored by his healer there. We'll have to be a little bit more careful. Does eventually gather the attention of Shameless now that Jokad has actually gone down. Ooh, Sleep Dart coming in. Shameless though out of position. We'll have to try and disengage. A little bit of a grasp attempt there on Shameless as well. And that is a Beyond Blizzard if you've ever seen one, right in the spawn of the blue team. Asgal not going to be too convinced by that. Balancing is going to be taking a swift detour. That said, we're still going to see an ultimate out of Homie Lover here on the defense, as well as Tiagolini with the Blade. Now, not looking too shabby for them indeed. Homie Lover, I mean, he's probably going to try to go for the ults here. Does get rocked, does get slapped, still going to be able to find it, coming to Shameless with a little bit of help from Tiagolini, while Bob does get frozen out and eventually burned off by Homie Lover as well. Blue team not really managing to make their way to the spawn, and quite frankly, we're looking at about the time bank still remain that Red Team did actually manage to complete this map with, so that thing's certainly not looking too hot for the boys in blue so far. They are working their way up towards a Nano Blade, though, which technically should give Bob the advantage over Tiagolini in this matchup. Oh, Tiagolini though, able to shut him down. The blade now going to come in. Bob not going to receive that nano though. He's only going to be able to find one. Tiagolini in the meantime already with the double kill, looking for an additional one. Bob unfortunately apparently blading outside of LOS for Shameless. I would so have to imagine does not manage to pull 3. Tiagolini in retaliation though does certainly find his Mix Nice anti now coming in as well. Purple trying to wear down Homie Lover here. Does receive the nano boost. Not entirely sure if that is going to help them out. He's going to do his best here just to wear down the supports. Unfortunately not for him. He will have to be kept alive as well. Big anti-nade actually getting deployed here. Very nicely done. But again, that Nemesis Storm going to be able to keep him alive. Purple and Dire Waters does get taken down. Chokat shut down as well. Soccer PL traded out for as Bob on the flank is actually going to do a massive round of work. Might catch Upsity as well. Will find the triple kill. And just like that on the back of a Cassidy flank, it's actually going to be Bob here who stabilizes the situation for his team. Yeah, Homie Lover's still going to be staying alive for a little bit longer. He does have that ultimate. Unlikely he'll get worn down by Purple. I don't really think that Purple's going to be capable of getting that kill. Which doesn't mean he's not going to try, but we'll certainly have to give in eventually here. Purple still being kept alive. Nice nade attempt out of Shameless, but not going to be able to come through with anything just yet. Consumer Rush. I did hear the Consumer Rush. I'm not entirely sure where it ended up going, to be fair. Chokat putting up his ult, but I can't exactly see it. So very interesting situation. Still picks though coming through for the blue team. Very easily done. Dispatching of most of the reds here with only really Tiagolini still staying alive. Then again, we're talking about a 14-second time back in order to complete here, and red team returning with a vengeance. We're looking at another blade of Tiagolini. We're looking at the Blizzard in particular, which is just about to kick off, and that Blizzard in overtime on a card like this, on a small point like this, is going to be absolutely devastating. High Noon not going to get deployed. Bob walking in from the sidelines does actually get baited out. Interestingly enough, through not going to be able to find any value on the back of that Blizzard, aside from just putting the freeze onto Bob. Does get taken down here. The blade at Tiagolini though finds one with Homie Lover finding 2 respectively of his own. Just Chokat desperately trying to keep them alive, will not be able to do so on one spot. It is going to be Tiagolini and Homie Lover putting the team on their backs, carrying it through to the finish, and I would say that was a very, very solid red team victory. So not really too shocking how that turned out. Red team absolutely dominant from start to finish, especially on that defense. You can see the play of the game now by Homie Lover, which actually was the very final session here. Did go for the double kill. I do suppose he gets the triple with Purple as well. Unfortunately enough, that shield having prevented much of the healing Chokat was trying to put through. Long past. I can't remember the last time I saw a good old honorable Ryan v Ryan on King's Row. And said, ladies and gentlemen, alone, welcome to another map face-off. It's going to be Lijiang Tower in the afternoon, I want to say, maybe the last gleaming hours of light. It's going to be Team Blue versus Team Red, and boy, do we have a special bunch of players for you today. It's going to be Jack, Liz, Narcos, Leviathan, and Oopsity going up against Nebula, Bob, Asgel, Shameless, and Chokat, or Azagal, actually. I'm not entirely sure. It could also be Azagal. I'm pretty sure I read that early on Dota, but we'll never remember. That said, we're going to be seeing how these gamers are going to be facing off against one another. Jack going to be rolling out on the Doofus. Let's actually have a little bit of a look at the red team here. They haven't exactly made up their mind. I just baited out Crow. Perfectly done. That said, yeah, Chokat apparently this time around going to be the tank running out on the Ramada. Shameless on the new and buff Ragita. Otherwise, hit scan's going to be the name of the game. Jack probably going to look for a funny poop off the map here with a punch. Has to be a little bit more careful. Does play rather aggressively, but that punch is so dangerous right on that bridge. Red team going to have to reconsider whether that's what they're going to go for, because if Jack gets one person off the bridge, that's already a massive advantage. Yeah, looks like they have redecided we'll be moving around now, but that first point cap is already going to go the way of blue team, really just based on the character pick. That just shows you how powerful Doofus can be on this map. Still rotation through White Room now, coming in with Jogga, trying to take that additional space here. Does have to be careful consistently, though. Nope, actually, first pick on the Jack coming through, massive damage, having to port in. Sleep out on the Jogga, still Narcos already going down. Man advantage building, Nebula finds the second token, takes down Liz, and just like that, it's all down to Leviathan, who too will fall. Very clean rotation coming through on the red team after what was initially quite a significant disadvantage. But that goes to show you, capping the point first is not everything. Very clean rotation there, getting them the advantage. Narcos and Liz, both those speeding towards that Nano Blade coming up. Leviathan getting anti, not really too much happening to them just yet. Jack maybe gonna go for the funny jump into the punch. Has to be a little bit careful. Oh, Obsidy. Oh, Obsidy taken down. Liz probably just reloading there. Very nasty early pick having come in. Jack now in hot waters. Will have to disengage. Leviathan already taken down though. Jack again here going to be on the defense. Does get taken care of. Liz unfortunately not able to heal, most likely due to Chukka's shield getting put up there. Chukka getting put to bed, but so is Liz. And she won't be getting up from that one. Upsity coming out on the Zenyatta, instantly getting peeked out here by Bob D1 Store. And that is exactly the problem about positioning like that. If you come out of spawn as the Zenyatta, you have no peel available, you have no heal available, and red team just forces the push there, then you do have quite the advantage. Talk about quite the advantage. Nice early pick there by Leviathan coming through on the back of the stick. Still Jack getting pooped off the map there. Actually quite incredibly done by Shameless there, getting picked. Blade now gonna get come through as well by Narcos. Instantly gets shut down. Does not get nanoed. Apparently Blade's outside of Blizzard's POV, and that is a little bit of trouble for the blue team. They did just give away their win condition here. Still, Leviathan was able to cap the point out from beneath the butt of the rest of the red team. Sleep Dart coming through, so is the High Noon. Jack just happens to be very careful about not getting caught out here. Does barely not get High Noon. Still, the punches are being pulled, but the rest of the blue team now out of position. Upsity once more taken down, with Liz now just getting gunned down as well. Triple kill already rolling through for the Reds, and that is going to be another team fight victory just waiting to happen for them. Shameless going to be able to finish off Narcos here with the whip shot. Still 46% on the back of the cheek cap by Leviathan. Actually, certainly kudos to the man on the Tracer there, being able to make that happen. So red team, very, very good defense having come through, just dropping a little bit of that additional fire there. Liz also, having taken a bit of a nap, will be coming back to the rest of the team now. Just those probing engagements out of the Blues, trying to find their way into the matchup here. Leviathan trying to wear down Nebula, does manage to find the pick despite everything and disengage. Incredibly cleanly done. That initial pick here, really a huge advantage for them. Jack having swapped over onto the Ramatra, trying to wear down the rest of the team. Has found Shameless, will find will find Jokkat as well, with a little bit of help out of Oopsity as well as the rest of the team. And now finally that flip for the blue team has come through. A Transcendence available to try and deal with Chokkat's upcoming ultimate as well. Now we will see if that is going to be enough though. Couple of putt shots coming through, 60% roundabout for the blue team. Another White Room rotation just about on the approach. Narcos and Liz, though, working their way up towards another potential Nanoblade. If that one Nanoblade can actually come through to fruition, that could be massive. However, first and foremost, they're going to have to try and deal with this Nano-boosted Ramatra that is just about to happen. Jack already put to sleep. Liz not allowed to utilize that Sleep Dart now. If she does, that might be the very end of an Oopsity. Just going to get walked on. Does get taken down. Nanoblade in session. Narcos going to have to pop that one up. Does get the pickup early, but again, just gets taken down out of Jukkat, and Upsity dying there with the Transcendence. Might have been all she wrote. Jack unfortunately zoned out, will be dispatched off, and that Transcendence out of Upsity, it will be sorely missed. Oh, what a nasty whip shot though into the poor man as well. Does get kicked off the map there. And that is going to be not necessarily a clean sweep on the back of the red team. We did have some good playmaking potential there out of the Blues. Unfortunately, we're not able to utilize their ability to their fullest. We did see a little bit of a choke on the Nano Blade there early on, as well as, unfortunately, the early pick coming through onto Upsity as well. So that Transcendence was unable to be utilized in order to try and deal with that Nano-boosted Ramatra ultimate. Certainly a game-winning combination, quite potentially, which had a significant impact, at least in favor of the red team. Still, it's only the first one. The first of up to 3 maps that are going to get played on Lijiang here. This time around, we're going to be headed into Night Market, and we're going to see no Symmetra being played by either one of the teams. A little bit unorthodox, not what we get to see every day. Still Shotgun here trying to take some spaces. Already Nebula is on the hard flank, trying to make his way in there on the Tracer. Very nice anti on the Leviathan. Instantly shut down by Asgil. And that is a big pick coming through other than man on the honest. Shameless taking down Azagal, now worn down by Jack as well. Big punches coming through. Jack, quite frankly, an experienced heavyweight boxer here, taking down 3 already, has decided to put the entire team on his back just for the work out of it, and will be able to secure this first team fight. Quite incredibly so. Actually, really well done there. I mean, that Ramadra pick, just so much value coming through out of Jack. 50% towards his ultimate, only 10% more than Chokat, but then again, just such significant impact being able to get that early triple kill. Quite frankly, massive value. Then again, we might see him just punch in here with the rest of red team again, bunched up once more. A little bit of aggression bursting through from the Leviathan, trying to find the pick, and not going to be able to do that just yet. Liz, though, again being harassed on the side, has to refocus her attention, try and keep Jack alive. But there is a lot of players getting Nova on Upcity, though, on the Brigida. Certainly up for the challenge to try and protect the rest of the team. Leviathan on the offense, we're going to try to stabilize the situation. Again, Jack here popping up his ultimate, does find channels, and again, Leviathan and Liz have both been taken down already. A couple of punches being pulled now. Exchanges of ultimates, but Jack is going to be taken down eventually here as Chokat does pop his own ult, will be able to take him down, and now it is not looking too shabby for the red team. 50% roundabout for the Blues. Nanoblade not really in session just yet. 25% out for Narco, still with Liz already having that nano boost available. However, Nebula does have the stake, might be able to turn that into something as well if he is able to land it. After all, no cleanse available, just a couple of punches being pulled here by Chokat. Chokat, though, again in hot waters, will be able to be kept alive for just about long enough, though. So far, Nebula still looking for the potential of that stake. Amp Matrix gonna get popped up here. Does force Blue Team into a defensive position. Will group them up in order to go for the blade. Huge blade out of Bob. Finds to make that a triple with a little bit of help from Chokat, and he might make it a quad here. However, Nebula will be picking those up himself, and that is going to be a clean sweep and a team kill on the back of an Amp Matrix as well as a blade, and that was an expert play there out of Azagal as well as Bob, which, quite frankly, Azagal popped up the Amp Matrix in order to confine Blue Team, in order to confine them into a small space, get them into a really uncomfortable position, and on the back of that, the blade was just able to find that much more of value. A couple of punches being pulled here, nobody going down just yet. Narco's still going to get sniped out by Shameless here. Nanoboost not going to get committed as well onto Jack, but unfortunately does not have the cooldown to go with it. And will try to force his way inside, maybe take down Shameless, but with the healing of a Baptiste, even the Nanoboost is not going to enable him to do that. Bob, though, in the meantime, has been able to find a massive triple, and at this point, everybody's pretty much been taken out of the equation. Only going to be Narcos and Jack coming back with their ultimates, but at 80%, this is potentially the last fight of this matchup, the last fight of this game. They're going to have to be able to touch, to contest, and to consistently win. And with only 10 seconds left in order to go for that, they should be happily able to do it. Blade now going to get popped up. Shinsen's instantly forced. Narcos not even going to be trying to utilize this blade. Instantly goes for the point. Instead, just content with having baited out all of those ultimates. Jack here trying to hold on. I will try to wear somebody down, but instead he himself will fall. Narcos and Leviathan, though, are going to be able to find some picks, but in the end, it's not going to be enough. Narcos is trying to stay in the fray. Oopsity coming back on the Lucio. Does get gunned down by Shameless just as easily, and that's going to be all she wrote. Red Team coming through with a well-deserved, well, victory. Quite, I don't want to say sweep, but quite strong victory, certainly. Play of the game will go to Chokat, actually. Very interesting to see. Probably one of those ultimates he did commit. Did have quite a good run of those. Just look at him get into the back line. Pops the Suffer up and does get the Nanoblade killed as well here. So that's probably how he got it. Ladies and gentlemen, let's go to another fan favorite, long lost but never forgotten. It is Rialto. Now Rialto is going to be another payload map. We did see one of those not too long ago. Then again, I guess people just like payload maps and they just like a Rialto. Not too much of a shocker, to be perfectly honest, but you know, we're going to be hopping on with the defenders first and foremost. Check out what the Blue Team got in store for us. What they're going to be rocking out And it does appear that we have Curse on the Tracer. That is a very classic pick, very traditional, very down-to-earth, and memorable. We're certainly going to see some big plays out of him. That said, we're also going to see Seawolf on the Ana. Now, I don't know how wolves relate to Ana in particular. Always thought Bastard was meant to be a cat, but 20 seconds left on the clock. Through and Jack still have to make their way out of spawn. Stalker PL also going to be back on the Mercy. So, I always thought Stalker PL was a Reinhardt player for some reason, but apparently is a Mercy player, so, you know, we learn something new every day. That said, Through going to be on the Hanzo. Probably a pretty good choice for Stalker PL to pocket here, as well as Jack with a fancy new Diva skin. Oh my, oh my. On the attack, though, we got ourselves Purple on the Winston, Shameless on the Pharah, Narcos on the Genji, Liz on the Mercy, and Asgal on the Ana. And Narcos instantly going in with a little bit of a pocket, trying to find and wear down Stalker PL. Jack here providing a little bit of that additional peel. Now Through though, taking down Narcos early on. Very aggressive positioning out of Liz. Dangerous choice, but Curse gonna be the one to get it worn down. Liz Shameless! Oh, trying to go for the res. Does get taken down here, and deservedly so. Not sure what that disrespect towards Jack was meant to be. Resurrecting right in the face of the Diva. That is a BM and a half. That said, did not go through, so Jack certainly asserting dominance in that category. That's still nice anti coming through here as well. Narcos still looking for a little bit of a way inside. Does have to be a little bit more careful about that one. As we're going to see a little bit of back off here from Purple. Certainly not an easy task by him as he gets pressured out by Curse. A little bit of a laser trying to come through. Not going to be able to find anything just yet. Curse with that swap off the Echo, of course, having a significant advantage against the Pharah as well. Shannon's instantly going to be swapping over onto the Echo. Curse, though, finds a shutdown onto Purple already. Winston in a tough spot now. You don't really want to play against a Hanzo and an Echo and a Diva. That is quite a tedious matchup to go up against. So Purple not quite as happy to swap, though, as Curse and Shameless have been. Purple trying to get in some of that cleave damage, but it's going to have to be careful. There's a lot of that damage to go around. Nanabu's getting committed here onto Curse as well, trying to wear down Liz. We'll be able to find one. We'll be able to find two. Massive pickups on the back of that Nano boosted Echo. Now looking for the swap. We'll be able to find Shameless as well. Kill after kill, just flooding through. Looking for the pickup on the Purple as well. Nate comes in, but we will not be able to finish this one out. Not quite able to go for anything else with that. Does touch the spawn doors though, so that is an additional point going the way of the blue team. Around about 2 minutes still remaining here. Shameless though sniped out on his way out of spawn. Might be resurrected by Liz. Not entirely sure if she does have that though. Curse barely not getting killed. Will be sniped out by Narcos eventually though. Nice big blade now gonna get popped up as well in the backline. Looking for the aggressive pickup on the Stalker. PL is gonna be able to find it. Still trying to find more, but no! Can you believe it? Purple just jumps in there, kicks them all away from the blade, but eventually will be able to come to a 2 picks of his own. So makes up for all of those blade kills that were not meant to be. Jack though still snipes out Liz with Shameless in the backline, getting harassed by Jack. Shameless certainly not having as great of an experience as he was having earlier on that Zenyatta pick. Purple trying to create some space here against Curse on the Echo. Unfortunately not quite going to be able to do that. Curse on the Echo just pushing through so much damage, especially with that additional pocket. Narcos nano boosted, but anti and half HP, so not the prime time conditions of going in aggressive. We'll have to just play some positioning. And return though, Liz shut down by Curse as well. Not too much they can do about that Echo right above them, breathing down their neck. Narcos, I mean, has found the pickup on the through, but that is unlikely to be enough, especially with a resurrection coming through. Very aggressive positioning out of Curse here. Does apparently not respect the Widowmaker pick. We'll have to be a little bit more careful though, as the Winston's gonna almost take him down. One more snipe could do the trick. Ooh. Unfortunately, not going to be able to come through there. Purple could have almost taken them down, was unable to do so. Curse now trying to create some pressure against Shameless as well. Jack instantly going to go for him, shuts him down. That off angle not paying off for Shameless whatsoever. Curse putting the squeeze on him, and look at that. Jack with the defense matrix, keeping Curse up and running. Again, the focusing beam just comes through, shuts him down. A tough position to be in for the red team now. They don't really have ultimates, are going to be going up against the duplicate, against the nano boost. Even the Diva bomb is roundabout available. Nano was just going to get committed on Curse here in order to shut down Asgal. Not going to be able to find the pick just yet, but regardless of that, the overtime is going to start ticking here. Shameless taken down as well as traded out for Stalker. PL anti coming through on the Narcos with a little bit of pressure mounting onto Seawolf as well. So far, though, blue team able to prove themselves, able to stick in the fray. Again, Curse able to find the pick up on the Narcos with the duplicated Winston pick, and just like that, the point is cleared. Nobody touches, and on the back of just the pressure mounting, red team is forced off the point, will not be able to complete here, and that is going to be a dirty hold on the back of the Blues. All right, well, let's see what they have in store for us on their attack as well. Blue team so far looking really, really good. They have been adapting and overcoming quite a lot. So far, the Curse with the swap over onto the Echo in order to try and deal with the Pharah was absolutely massive. Did work out great, in large parts because the Pharah was simply not there anymore. Shameless effectively instantly switching over to the Widowmaker, unfortunately not able to get the value he was hoping for. Was able to pressure Curse time and time again, but never really find the finishing touches. That's mostly down to Stalker PL there on the Mercy, as well actually as Jack, who's doing a great amount of work, just providing the additional pressure and putting through the damage onto the Widowmaker as well, which is something that you usually wouldn't expect from a D.Va to get that close to the Widow. However, he was able to do so, was able to close the distance, still find the finishing touches. Now, though, at least inside the spawn of the blue team, we might actually see Stalker PL go for the pick of the Life Weaver, which is certainly a pick that speaks towards a certain amount of confidence. I do want to say that. We're going to see if he's going to stick with it as well, if that is just a passing fancy. As said, through going to be on the Tracer with Curse on the Widowmaker, and instantly you do have the swap over coming through. Curse, you're going to try to take a couple of pot shots. Shanelin's going to be on the Ashe here. Certainly a long-range disadvantage, though short-range advantage against the Widow. Does shut down through, though. Very nice early pick here. Instantly snapping through out of Shameless. A couple of additional picks maybe going to be able to come through. Narcos shuts down Curse. Will be resurrected, but again, the damage has already been done. Through, though, going to be able to come back. Jump shot now, try and come through. Does shut down Shameless. No resurrection available to Liz on the Zenyatta, and Asgal on the Baptiste. That will mean that that initial pick is actually going to be quite potent in deciding the way this one's going to turn out. Asgal dropping Immortality Field here with Liz staying in the fray as well, trying to prove herself against through all the way in the backline already on that Tracer pick, certainly providing some pressure as Narcos is going to get forced out. Again, Jack going to put the pressure onto Asgal as Purple is just trying to stay in the fray, occupy the rest of the team. Will succeed at doing so, but again, Shameless taken down by Fruit just means that Through and Jack are pretty much just content bothering, pestering the backline, while Purple is doing his utmost in order to try and hold on. Unfortunately, not going to be able to hold on for all too much longer here, with his supports having been zoned out completely. Does get demeched here. Liz roundabout to half HP already. Does shut down Through. However, despite that, this one's pretty much all for the books. Narcos desperately trying to hold on. Does get shut down, and that is one of the cleanest sweeps you've seen in quite some time, has to be said. So very, very strong performance there out of the boys in blue. Big kudos to them. They played it pretty much perfectly. And again here, play the game going to Curse. Unsurprisingly, I do want to say, did have a good performance overall, as we're pretty much used to at this point. The duplicate here also coming through with a sweet word and goal, just sniping out Shameless right there. Oh my, oh my. All right, ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome to God's gift to map design. It is, you know it, you love it, the illustrious and much beloved Kings Row. Yes, it is where goats came, not really to die, it's where goats came to flourish and live to the most extravagant of its capacities, where Rush continues to be played to this day. It's actually also the only map that Nadeto ended up dropping in the entirety of the Nemesis Showdown, whether you believe it or not. Either way, ladies and gentlemen, let's see what exactly these teams got in store for us. On the offense, we got Bob on the Reinhardt, Seawolf on the Ana, Liz on the Brigitte, Nebula on the Widowmaker, and Narcos on the Genji. Nebula probably just going to go for one shot, I would so imagine, before swapping. That is the traditional Kings Row way. As for the defenders, we got Leviathan on the Winston, Tjakat on the Kiriko, Practice on the Widowmaker, Shameless on the Ana, and Purple on the Tracer. Gonna be very interesting. Kind of a pokey dive getting played by the Blues here. Is going to be strong enough in order to actually hold the point against Bob. A little bit of a Widowmaker shot exchange there coming in early. Liz, though, I mean, it's just going to be good against the Tracer. I'll give her that. So the Brigitte there certainly having some value. Narcos, though, in a little bit of trouble. Bob instantly charging onto Leviathan will go down to roughly half. Nebula taking down Practice, and just like that, we're just going to see Bob force his way into the face of the blue team. But talk about things in their faces, bullets. Nebula coming through with headshot after headshot. Absolutely massive delivery here. Nice double kill on the high ground. We're going to run right into Leviathan yet again, who's going to try to wear him down. Will not be able to do so. Not with the Brigitte healing, not with the Ana healing. And in really what is mostly a positioning play, we're going to see Red Team absolutely sweep first point. That's kind of what I was concerned about. You know, you don't really have a whole lot of frontline presence. Then again, it also in large parts did come down to Nebula just being the man to click the heads. And click the heads, he certainly did do quite adeptly. Another charge coming through on the Leviathan here. Very nice anti-shatter gonna get deployed. Only really Leviathan getting put down here, but will be killed as well. Narcos, a little bit of hot waters, has to be careful. Not gonna be put to bed just yet, though. A couple of charges coming through. Narcos still aggressively trying to chase down Purple here. Not going to be able to do so. Purple with a disengage might go for a little bit of a sidewinder. Nebula, though, shuts down Practice. Very nice headshot. Yet again, being able to find that initial pick. Bob getting put to sleep here on what is, quite frankly, a very overextended position. Will not be punished for that just yet, though. Narcos taking out Purple. Nano now getting committed. Will be able to find the retaliatory pick. Consequently, this now in the little bit of hot waters. Nice sleep dart though coming through Leviathan. Getting put a hold on. Will have to disengage. Does get the Suzu. Will be kept alive. Does have Primal as well though, so unlikely he's going to be taken down all too swiftly. Charge now going to be able to find him. Will he be going low enough? Nope. Just going to pop up that Primal in order to try deliver a little bit of a beatdown on top. Bob Store. So if you ever wondered who would win in a bar fight, a angry gorilla or a German man, then your answer is it depends on whether he's on drugs or not. Because if he's on drugs, that gorilla is going to run away rather rapidly, to be fair. Nebula still taking down Chiaka. Nebula in return being taken down by Purple. 2 for 1. Slight advantage now for the Reds. Now Leviathan, ooh, getting antied and killed on the back of that sleep. 30 seconds. Sleep has been nerfed against tanks, but frankly, not enough in order to keep Leviathan alive. Another charge at a Bob Story, trying to bait out the sleep dart with the early charge. Not going to be able to do so just yet, though. Assuming that Shameless has committed that rather recently at some point. Liz, ooh, Liz still going to get stuck and taken down, and now with Practice finding another pick. That is actually looking pretty good for the retake here on the back of the Blues. Jughead just trying to keep them alive, but so far Practice just having a bit of a field day, taking on Nebula there, trading out for Shameless, though. Not the best trade you could hope for, especially with the red team already organizing that. Ana's going to take quite a little bit of time in order to bring things back. Narcos, oh, what a cheeky pick, though, coming through here, taking Practice out of the equation. Rally now going to get committed as well as trying to make her way back inside, trying to get that shield bash stuff. Does find it on Leviathan. Missing the shatter, not 100% on how to work with that, but Leviathan still being kept alive, and now with the anti of Bob, he is in hot waters. Nano boost coming through, as well as that juicy Katsuna rush, and Leviathan, he just won't stop swinging, crawls right through the rest of them. That is an experience every running player would love to have, a Katsuna rush and a nano boost on them. Certainly an unstoppable force of nature at that point. Has built his shatter just on the back of those two as well, so has been able to get a new ultimate of his own. Now it's up to Bob to try block the shatter of Leviathan. Will he be able to land it? He does want it. He does want to take the off angle. Will not have to take it though. Does get Seawolf now with the charge. Gets counted charge, but in the end, Bob taken down. He traded out for Shameless. Another nasty headshot out of the back, but with 2 Reinhardts alive against none, that is going to be a bit of a troublesome situation to be in. Nebula, who kept alive for just a split second. Charge coming through on the Liz though, takes her down. Shadow out of Practice, just getting tossed out there, not going to be able to find anything. Won't have to either as the duplicate comes to a close. Oh, actually, Seawolf going to be able to keep himself alive. Will not be picked up just yet by Practice. Instead, Red Team now trying to make some more headway. Interesting positioning there initially. Now will not be punished just yet. Jughead trying to be worn down. Interesting position out of Bob here. Trying to push forward, trying to contest Leviathan. Almost has the shatter. He does have a nano to back him up, but probably that one's going to go to Narcos. Narcos now with a nano blade. Whoop, goes right for Shameless. Takes him down. In the meantime, though, the picks have rolled through it. Bob, though, going to be able to find a double of his own. Shatter going to get committed. Somehow Purple blinks through the Shatter without dying. Rather interesting to see. Still means that only Practice is going to survive that one. Practice is not going to be able to beat both Bob as well as Narcos in the 2v1. Would have to disengage here. Question is how quickly the rest of blue team is going to come back. Leviathan just surfing into the vision right there. Will be able to do so rather handily. And that would be a pretty solid recontest on the back of the blue team. Leviathan now trying to take some additional spacing. Akatsuna Rush going to get popped up here for Leviathan to try and force his way inside. Will certainly be able to create a whole lot of space. Does have the Shatter available as well here. A couple of fire strikes getting put forward. He does get that reduced cooldown as well. Last time Leviathan hit it, he's going to go for the charge Shatter maybe. Easily read though by Bob here. Will be able to keep up his shield, keep him alive. Goes for the counter charge. Well, I mean, he will be able to charge him, but does just not get him off the map yet. Unfortunate, very nice attempt, but unfortunately, no cigar. Liz will become the new Reinhardt, though. Goes right for the shield bash onto Leviathan. However, as her shield breaks, so does she. The laser, the focusing beam out of Practice, going to be able to wear her down. And now with the duplicate out of Practice, that's going to be the end of Narcos. And quite frankly, Bob's just going to try to recontest in the last second here. Will be able to trigger overtime, but probably not too much more. I mean, we have seen the commitment of the Nanoboos. Somebody will have to make it in. Purple here with the Nanoboos Tracer pick. Still going to be able to hold on. Sleep Dart not going to be able to find anybody just yet. Nate unfortunately not going to land onto Shameless. Bob though with the Nanoboos able to find the pick up on Shameless. Eventually will try to keep in the fray for a little bit longer. Liz now has returned as well, trying to wear down Kirko. Almost gets the pick up onto Chuckhead, and now with a Brigitte, things aren't looking all that grim, to be perfectly honest. Leviathan down to around about half HP with the pressure mounting on a Purple. Will be forcing the recall out of him already with numerical superiority slowly building for the Red Sea. Chuckhead not going to be able to hold on for much longer on the back of that ground, but it will be taken down. Shameless coming back to the Lucio swap, but again, might be too little too late with only a Tracer and a Lucio trying to hold on to the point. Recall again going to get forced. Shameless just able to dance around point for a little bit longer. Sticky not going to be able to land. Narcos jumps into it though and does get taken down, but just barely that point is going to get unlocked. And Red Team in an overtime mystery stall, or rather mystery push, will be able to complete here despite an extensive stall by both Shameless as well as Purple. Now, unfortunately, enough for them, though. That is only going to be a 1 minute 10-second time bank. That said, that is better than no time bank at all by a landslide. Bob there coming through clutch with the ball pick as well, being able to come back alive as well. Rally as well as Blade getting committed here. Blade might be able to find someone. Unfortunately for him, not. Nebula, though, will be picking up the slack. Finds a triple. Easily done. Might make it a quad. Will make it a quad. Nebula absolutely insane on the Widowmaker, picking up the slack where Narcos left off with a Blade. He draws the attention, and Nebula draws blood. Certainly quite the DPS duo coming through for the red team, which now the card is moving on to victory straight. 30 seconds left on the clock. Leviathan on the high ground trying to hold on to the best of his ability. Practice though, wears down Nebula, does manage to shut him down in the back of the focusing beam. Minefield not going to get deployed. And does put Chuckhead in a very awkward position. Has already committed his teleport, but no more increasing pressure for him in order to try and wear him down. Consumer Rush getting popped up as well. Chuckhead traded out for Lisby, coming through a little too late in order to secure her. Practice though, shut down Nebula in the 1v1 versus Purple all the way in the backline, trying to find the pickup on the Tracer, not going to be able to find it. As in the meantime, we're going to see the Nanoboos coming through onto the Winston, and at that point, really, what are you going to do? You do have to contest, but the Winston chunks out so much damage. Still, Narcos manages to find the pickup of the Purple, and at that point, it's mostly down to Bob to try and hold on here. He's run about half HP. That healing amp not really going to be able to help him, at least not just yet, but the stall picks have come through once more. The rest of the team moving in. Liz getting pressured once more by Practice. Will be taken down as well. Duplicate now coming through out of Practice as well. Really able to put the squeeze on it. Goes to the ground pound, and that is going to be all she wrote. Practice with another very nice kill as Purple's just going to continue to increase the pressure on the Seawolf. And at that point in time, it's probably going to be all she wrote. The Primal trying to come through. Another fake minefield getting come in. And that is going to be the card stalled out at 53 meters on that third point, which quite frankly is quite a long way to go, especially considering that at times it looked like they weren't going to complete second point at all. So certainly kudos for the red team for managing to make that work. Blue team though turning it around in that last fateful fight. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's see what else we got in store for you. Now, of course, roles have been reversed. This one, it's not going to go all the distance. It's at best going to go to victory straight. That said, attackers will become defenders and defenders will become attackers. So let's check out what exactly we are going to see on the defense here coming through for the lads of the red team. Now, Nebula not going to be swapping off the Widowmaker. Not too surprising. Did have an incredible track record. Seawolf now going to be on the Akiriko instead. Also not a bad pick by a long shot. Liz here also going to be on the... Well, Liz is actually going to be on the Mercy here, interestingly enough. Maybe to prop up, usually Narcos, I'd say, because Nebula, quite frankly, usually does not need the Mercy pocket on a Widowmaker. You don't really get that much more value unless you're going to snipe, say, a Zarya, for example, which does have, like, 550 HP, I want to say. But, well, maybe 450 HP. They did buffer a little bit. But certainly that damage out of a damage-boosted Widowmaker headshot is enough to make any tank tremble. That said, interesting positioning out of Narcos as well, just chilling in the backline here, as we're going to see the Mercy damage boost also come through for practice. So both teams choosing to run the Mercy here in this matchup. Interestingly enough, Nebula actually, landing the headshot on the purple, does get contested and instantly wiped clean with that engage. Oh my, practice taken down as well. Nebula finds pick after pick here, double kill already. Will certainly force blue team into another early reset here. We'll have to go back to it, fighting from on top of statue, interestingly enough. Now we're going to see just how well that's going to work out. Widowmaker being supported by both teams. There's going to be a bit of a swap coming through out of practice sooner or later. We're going to see if that is going to be the case or if he will continue to try and take those Widowmaker duels. And he did just swap over maybe in order to get a better contest. So far, though, the tank line has simply been clashing and clashing. No real picks coming through yet. Winston, not enough damage to burn through that. Practice, though, shuts down Nebula. Instant resurrection. Easily available for them. Blue team's still going to be able to take some space on the back of that. And another headshot out of practice will take down Nebula. Beautifully done. Liz kind of left out. Still manages to escape here at long last. Now with Katsuna Rush getting put in, Seawolf though shut down by Practice as well. Practice certainly holding a candle to the performance of Nebula. Very well done. However, on the kickback of the Katsuna Rush, we're now going to see some stabilization. Actually, Annihilation still getting popped up here. A little bit surprised by that. Leviathan's still going to run out of that as Chaka does get taken down eventually, and they coming through once more. Primal now going to get forced out, will mean that all of the cooldowns have already been expended. Now Bob, in the meantime, though, just dropping a couple of primals onto Leviathan, will actually be able to kill him, and consequently will mean no tank in session for the blue team so far. Chaka does probably have the resurrection, I want to say, but again, in such a dangerous position, he's unable to come through with it. As Practice is looking for the cheeky pickups onto Bob so far. And Nebula not too keen on challenging Practice just yet. We're going to see, though, Bob go for a little bit of a chase on that. Oh my word, is that... all right, Nano Blade's getting exchanged, or rather the Blade's getting exchanged. Only Nano coming through for purple does find and shut down Narco, so his Blade remains stronger, which is pretty much in line of what you would expect with the Nano Boost being adjusted. Still, Shameless going to be sniped out, so 1-for-1 exchange might actually not see blue team favored, especially with all of the cleave that Bob is getting in these close quarters. Now once more, Nebula going for one, going for two, actually. We'll be able to find purple as well as Practice here. Now getting a couple of kills in of his own accord. Does get dove once more by Leviathan, but not really too impressed by that as long as he can simply be kept alive and well by Liz here with that additional heal boost. Goes to the jump shot, not able to come through just yet. Purple has swapped over. Will be able to take down Nebula. Trades out for Leviathan, though. Liz sniped out by Practice, so is a massive pick. Will mean no resurrect available. Will mean both of them having to return. Much longer spawns for them as well. Ooh, on that headshot actually going to Bob, which is now trying to wear down Practice, I'd imagine, but as long as the Mercy is alive, that's not exactly something that can happen. Bob, rather low HP, does manage to return to the rest of his team. So, however, does Seawolf. So far, red team under pressure now. We'll have to wait for the rest of the team to come up. Narcos shut down by Leviathan on the back of that additional boost. Practice, though, has been dispatched up as well. Nebula now going to drop. No more DPS available for the red team. Are going to have to try and stabilize on the back of the Kitsuna rush, as well as that increased firing rate for Seawolf, now trying to wear down Leviathan potentially. Or Purple. Liz, though, gets sniped out by... or rather, Liz gets sniped out by Purple. Purple now looking for the second pickup as well. Might be able to find Seawolf here, looking for the elimination. Will eventually be able to do so, and that is going to be the first point. Getting taken by blue team, then again, in a rather untimely fashion. I mean, overtime here already having triggered will mean they're only going to receive a 2-minute and 30-second time bank, and now with mostly advantage spawns, that is a rather decent position for red team to defend on. Unfortunately for them, Nebula has gotten the bad spawn, will be all the way back in the new spawn, so consequently will take some time to return. In the meanwhile, though, it's mostly going to be down to Bob to try and contest here. Does get shut down, but officially by Leviathan. I would imagine much of that was the massive damage put forward by a headshot out of practice. Practice here on the Widowmaker, of course, being able to chunk through quite the considerable amount. Nanoblade now going to be available to Purple as well. Now probably going to be looking for that engage. You can see they're trying to establish sightlines with Shameless, but so far the push has been pretty much for free, so they can actually manage to make this. I mean, this might be a one-fight second point, unless an early contest is going to come through now. Nanobu's going to end up getting committed. Leviathan dives the backline as well. Narcos now with a blade too, though, does get taken down by Shameless, where Purple finds Seawolf. A 1-for-1, 2-for-1 exchange. Resurrection on the practice, though, coming in as well here. Shameless has been disposed of, but once more, Bob here with the additional healing coming in against him, will not be able to find a pick just yet. Does go for the primal, interestingly enough, and will actually be able to find it. Apparently not going to be able to be kept alive here by Tyokat, so very nicely played out of Bob. Will be able to return to the rest of his team and get propped up. Will mean that they're going to be going into this fight with at least a Widowmaker up, as we're going to see the return of Liz from spawn. Still quite a long way to go, nobody peeking her just yet. Now will mean that the shots are going to have to come through. Tyokat traded out for Narcos. Not the best of trades, especially with Bob dropping, and Leviathan quite literally dropping as well. Not entirely sure how he managed to go off the map in that situation. Certainly a rare occasion by a long shot. That said, a little bit of a chase underway. Now Bob trying to find the pick out of practice. Eventually it is going to be Nebula, though, who will be able to find a nade, and Sleep Dart not going to be able to connect channels eventually. Caught up by Nebula as well. Another nice headshot coming through. Just about 20 seconds left on the clock now. The rest out of Tyokat able to return Shameless to life. However, they will be running into the Kitsuna rush as well as the infra site. Now getting popped up here, Leviathan. A little bit of hot water, just not too much damage coming through onto him. Seawolf, though, aggressively pushing into the blue team's backline. Interesting to see that. Purple, though, taken down already. The contest now having to come in. Nice pick out of Leviathan, as well as practice. Both healers haven't been taken down. Will mean that red team is set up to atrophy at this point. If they can get worn down, that is. However, blue team has left the point. Practice just going to have to walk up here. Leviathan already taken down. And again, Bob is going to put the rest of the team on his back. Goes for a primal here. Goes swinging. Well, takes the space and clears the field. Red team coming through with a well-deserved victory. I do have to say, what a victory it was. Big kudos have to go out to, I want to say, Bob, as well as... I want to say Bob as well as actually Nebula on that Widowmaker. Bob especially convincing with a primals and how often he was able to derive value in situations in which he was certainly disadvantaged. Look at that, 78 HP. Chad does go back for your supports and he's try to punish that aggression, but you know, whatever works for you. All right, ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome to the beautiful new Antarctic map. We're going to be going to Research Center. And what do we have for you? Quite a bunch of cool fellas indeed. It's going to be Curse Through, Tyokat, Stalker PL, and Nebula facing off against Jack, Seawolf, Fustop, Liz, and Shayless. All right, what are they going to be sporting? Curse apparently actually going to be playing the tank here. A little bit unusual, not really unusual, actually. I mean, used to see him on the Zarya, so not too surprising he would end up playing a tank in this matchup. Through the first time around, actually showing off his Genji with Tyokat on the Kiriko. Stalker PL back at it again on the Mercy and Nebula. This time around on the Soldier instead of the Widowmaker. That said, on the red team, we got ourselves Jack on the Winston, Seawolf on the Kiriko, Fused Up on the Genji, Liz on the Hanzo, and Shameless on the Ana. So I'm really looking forward to a little bit of that Liz Hanzo popping off, taking some players down. We're going to be looking forward to it. That said, Jack here already meeting with the enemy team head on. I'm probably not too happy about that, going around about half health before he even clashes with the enemy. Seawolf committing just about every one of his CDs in order to try and keep him alive in the backline there. Unfortunately, Fused Up already going to get caught out here by Curse as well. Dive engage coming through. Jack with a little bit of pressure mounting. Unfortunately, does have to go out here. We'll be in for another little bit of a cheeky chase onto Nebula, but will eventually be shut down by Through here as well. Consequently, Curse trying to chase him down. Chandler's eventually caught up, and that's going to be a strong open for the blue team here. Actually getting quite a lot of value in. Now Curse trying to go for the cheeky chase on the Seawolf. Seawolf's still going to be able to TP out, if not particularly far, actually. He does end up TPing a Jack, but the distraction was enough in order to ensure that he was going to survive there. Sometimes all you need is a little bit of smoke and mirrors in order to make sure you're going to stay out of a coffin. Unfortunately, Jack might be all out of smoke. However, he's not all out of mirrors. That Suzu coming through will keep him alive. Stalker PL taken down. Fused Up again, having been eliminated here with now the visor getting popped up by Nebula. Seawolf trying to dance around the shield, does succeed at doing so. Jack going to be able to find that pickup. Now looking for a bit of a limb onto Chaka. Chaka not too keen about getting picked up, though. Will simply leave. That cheeky shot at a Jack, not going to be able to collapse onto him just yet. As going to be a point flip coming through, 50% roundabout for the boys in blue. They're looking juicy. I mean, we're talking about potentially an Annihilation combined with a Kitsuna Rush. Yep, and there it goes, Kitsuna Rush and Annihilation both getting popped up here. Aggression bursting forward. The anti-Venom, of course, quite potent though, especially with that Nano was coming through. Curse gonna have to pop up his ultimate here in order to try and stay in the frame. Primal now gonna get committed though, and instantly Jack is able to find down, wear out. The Chaka now going for a little bit of a cheeky Primal potential onto both Curse and Nebula. Both of them incredibly low. We'll be able to find the first one. Does disengage here through. Trying to still go on the chase on him. Will not be able to wear him down just yet, though. This actually Jack asserting dominance in quite a bit of space. Unfortunately enough, no matter how angry that Winston is, he's not exactly immune to bullets. Does tank a few to the head, will be taken down, and thus ends Jack's reign of terror. However, he too will return once more in order to try and establish dominance for his team. Then again, we'll have to do so against potentially a Valkyrie Blade, as just about on the horizon. Does return on Reinhardt, which is, you know, a decent pick against Ramatra. Not a great one. Can certainly try to walk over. Then again, through the backline, already takes down Shameless, finds the Blade, takes down Seawolf. Will be able to find Liz as well. Make that a quad kill effectively, just on the back of Shotgun, helping him out a little bit there. And that is a clean sweep from the blue team, really playing towards their win conditions. I mean, the Kitsuna Rush Annihilation, as well as that Blade coming through with a little bit of help from Chaka, just dropping that Suzu in there as well. Actually a really good value there, really good cooperative play on the back of the blue team. And red team, they don't really seem to have a response to that just yet. Might be going a little bit more brawly here. So Fused Up actually going to be swapping over onto the Reaper, I want to say. Has been playing around a little bit with that. Like maybe the main, maybe the Bastion, maybe the Reaper. The consistent thing about that is they're all very brawly characters. Jack, in the meantime, though, going to opt for the Sigma instead. And we're going to see if that will solve the ongoing issues for the boys in red. Shameless also going to be on the Brigitte, so a little bit less dive potential, or a little bit more resilient towards dive, rather, for the red team here. The potential to dive certainly still very much so in session with Curse here on the Doomfist. Does tank a rock, doesn't look too impressed by it just yet, though. Yeah, again, very aggressive positioning, having come through here, out of through. Does get taken down, though. Jack now having to back off as he is rather low. Will be able to be kept in the fray. Does tank a couple of punches more, though. So far, Curse here being able to be kept alive. Fused Up just looking for a little bit of a cheeky pick. Does try to TP behind Chukkat. Chukkat, however, does have a TP of his own. Will simply be able to disengage. However, the kickback on the back of red team still very good. Stalker PL here shut down by Liz with the Storm Arrow. Will not be bringing it back. And that first point cap now going the way of the red team. Another punch being pulled here. And Curse just turning Jack into a pinball. Fused up trying to drop down in order to put the squeeze onto Curse. Does get some more damage in. Has to be incredibly careful though. Ooh, that's a dangerous position to be in. Does get punched out. Ooh, does get caught out as well. Not gonna be able to disengage here, unfortunately, on the back of that TP. Nice punch out of Curse, canceling out the rock. Then again, Kitsune Rush already getting committed here a little bit earlier. Ooh, Curse finding the pickup on the Seawolf. Does also dodge. Ooh, the rock here as well. Finds Shameless. Massive series of kills here. Out of Curse now, looking for the punch out of Jack as well. Will continue to put the squeeze on him, and unfortunately, that's gonna be all she wrote. 37% up and added for the red team, but unfortunately, not going to get all too much more just yet, as apparently Nebula with that damage boost is also going to have a Visor. Visor with damage boost, a Visor with Kitsune Rush, both very, very good combinations. Massive damage output there from the Soldier, quite potentially. We're also maybe going to see the Blade that can also, of course, leisurely be combined with any of those support ultimates. Jack, though, does have the Flux, has to be careful not to get punched out of it, though. That is a little bit of a very realistic issue he might have. Yeah, already first stun coming through. That is going to be the Flux onto Nebula. Will wear him out as well. So one ultimate taken down, and Jack will make it a second kill onto Stalker PL as well. Good value out of that Flux. Liz now picking up through, and just like that, red team actually opening up powerfully with two ultimates expended, capping that point to the rally as well as the Flux having been committed there, coming through with the limbs, consequently now being able to hold on. Liz, though, having to be a little bit careful about how she's going to position against Curse on that Doomfist. Very aggressive value. Nebula, though, now with a pocketed, pocketed railgun, that is going to be a very, very dangerous situation to walk into for the rest of the Reds. Liz getting caught out here in the back, does get taken down. Jack trying to keep himself alive or keep the enemy team bed. Unfortunately, doesn't really have all too many options here, except for just continuing to pump damage into Curse's face and hoping that eventually it's going to break. Unfortunately, Curse has taken one too many beatings, and it remains rather unimpressed at the prospect of getting shot repeatedly. Consequently, Jack going to be the one to drop down. That said, now Kitsune Rush being available, maybe going to be combined with Fuse Op's ultimate here if he does manage to sneak in that Death Blossom. But again, Curse with such a readily available broadband CC does have quite a lot of impact in this matchup. Could actually be countered bashed by Brig. Nice attempt out of Shameless. That again does get kind of predicted, and that is going to be the Blade out of Through. Fused Up just dropping a couple of pot shots here. Not going to be able to find Through though, and Through cuts his way right through Seawolf. Liz and Fused Up gets the triple, and that's probably going to be all she wrote. I can't really imagine anybody will be able to recontest that. Blue team absolutely massively rolling right through here. That is going to be a wraps right there. Curse just going aggressive in order to get a little bit of a cheeky contest, but that's going to be it. Blue team coming through with a win. Stalker PL with a little bit of a flex. Just dropping the emote all the way back on point. Still very, very strong performance across the board out of the blue team through here with the Genji, really proving that he is a Genji veteran, and he is a Genji veteran. This time around, we actually did get to see it. Now, easily coming through with that elimination here, goes to the slash dash, another kill coming through. Do believe it might have been a quad K he actually did end up getting here if it hadn't been for... All right. In that sense, thank you everybody who stopped by. Thank you very much for playing to all the gaming players. Polsky, thank you very much for playing. That Ana, Meow always makes me think that he's actually a player, but I rightfully don't know. But either way, huge shout out to you, Meow. Thank you very much for stopping by. Greatly appreciate it. That said, Tiger, thank you very much for stopping by as well. And of course, Finia and everybody else who managed to make it. I'll catch you guys around.
All right.
And good night, sleep tight, bye, okay, time.